Hey dear MCPs of the Global Planner, we're laughing because apparently after recording this video for the past around 10 minutes, Isa apparently forgot to click record, which is great. So from this place, welcome one more time to our weekly MCP capacity building framework. And as you guys know, we've been talking already for the past couple of weeks about the 5 dysfunctions of a team. We've covered together that element of trust building through vulnerability. And last week we were talking about that element of fear of conflict and how to be able to foster healthy conflict within a team, it is quite dependent on the presence of trust. And in the same time, the more the trust is built, the more comfortable people feel with going into constructive conflict to create a way forward. This week what we're going to be talking about is that idea of, or that dysfunction of, lack of commitment. The game changer here when it comes to that level already within the pyramid, we're almost halfway. Because as you guys know, it's 5 levels. So we're halfway through the team pyramid of dysfunctions. The idea here behind lack of commitment is that it's usually very prevalent whenever an idea is pitched or a certain direction is being proposed and you don't hear any voices or sounds of debate, such as challenge, question, or, as we usually try to call it, that idea of provoking different perspectives. If that never necessarily happens, or that debate does not happen, usually it comes from a place of lack of commitment towards a certain idea. That lack of commitment towards a certain idea is something that a lot of times shatters accountability. And don't get me wrong, when we're talking about that idea of people debating or challenging or questioning so they can commit, we're not talking about complete consensus. Not for every single thing you're going to do across the year, you will have full consensus across the team. But what is needed is a healthy balance of buy-in towards every single idea that is being put out there, so you can always be able to answer that question of, or towards the end of any of your meetings, or towards the end of any of your sprints or initiatives of, are you committed towards making this happen? And then the answer would be yes. And I always emphasize that very simple idea of, don't take it for granted. Don't think just because we had a lengthy 1-hour conversation where I was explaining to you something or why something needs to be done, that I will leave that room with a heightened sense of commitment towards making it happen. Always question and always challenge. And if you find that within the room there's that degree of silence or just acceptance and everyone is moving forward, know that they're going to exit that door and there's going to be a backdrop conversation. So make sure that that conversation is being fostered and that people feel safe to voice out their opinion within the room, and that constructive, challenging, questioning is something that would lead to common onboarding and commitment. Given that this is what we're talking about this week, my question to you guys and to your teams would be, what is the commitment of each and every individual within your team towards achieving your common ambition and towards achieving the direction that you guys built together? I hope you guys enjoyed this piece of information. Find more tools further down the newsletter. Keep it real. Big shout out to the steering team that just left us last week. And a big shout out to all the peeps that sent feedback. Definitely Veer, Alan. Thank you guys so much for all the feedback you gave. Hoping to improve the newsletter every week so it can be better. Keep it real. Live from my office.